What is up, you beautiful rejects? On this week's Absolute Zeros podcast, we're going to be talking about Shang-Chi and the domination at the box office, Darth Revan returning in the Knights of the Old Republic remake, the strange implications for What If Doctor Strange, and so much more. All this coming right now. What is up, you beautiful bastards, you beautiful rejects?
Sorry, I was jamming to the theme song, man. That was rad.
What the fuck is going on? What the hell is going on in the background here?
I'm just keeping the energy up, man. Come on.
What is up, people? How's it going? I am Josh. With me tonight, we have our folks, my boy here from Geeks 5 Ever, Goku, Jesse, whatever you want to call him. That dude.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Aquí estamos presentando con Telemundo.
No, this is not El Chavo de Ocho.
Hey, whoa, I'm leaving.
By the way, that's a fucking good show.
Well, no, what's up, everybody? I am JB, also known as Jesse. Call me whatever. And I'm from Geeks 5 Ever. We have our own podcast as well, but I'm bored and have nothing to do today, so I'm here.
Yeah, I literally had to beg him to come.
Not really. No, it's more like, hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Nothing. Want to be on the show? Yeah. It was like that too. Yeah.
Literally, one word sentences. Perfect. Tonight we have a special guest, Scott, Feisty Kraken, Squid Daddy.
Yeah, that's me. You're the only person who calls me Squid Daddy. And I've never told you to call me that. I want it on the record that this is never encouraged or promoted. This is just something that you started doing all on your lonesome. But yep, I'm Scott. I'm from Feisty Kraken. I am one half of the Casual Contenders. We do a Let's Play show originally every Tuesday and Thursday. Now we're just doing Twitch streams every Thursday night.
Nice, very nice. And last but not least, we have JD here, my boy.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So, last week we didn't do a episode of the show because we were in San Antonio for San Japan.
Yeah,
and that was really fun.
That's right.
Did you completely forget that?
I was wondering, man, they didn't invite me back, fucking assholes. I was literally like brooding the whole Sunday. I was like,
I felt like I was supposed to do something today.
No, I remember like that Sunday, like right around 6, you hadn't texted me or anything. I was like, wait a minute, he said there was no show today. I wonder why. And then I tried to get you on my show on Monday to trash talk about San Japan. Which is funny because somebody from IkiCon came on the show to trash talk San Japan.
Oh shit, really?
It wasn't really like trash talk, but you know, the podcast is called the Trash Talk Panel.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
I was like wondering too. I forgot all about San Japan, dude. Honestly, I completely forgot that you were going.
I thought you were going.
Nah, I found out parking was like $40 there.
God damn.
Yeah, we got to bum rides with people. Yeah, with friends. So yeah, it's very expensive.
Oh.
No, yeah, it's really expensive when it's right down in the middle of bumfuck San Antonio. Yeah.
Bless your hearts.
No.
Scotty, what happened? No, yeah, it was fun weekend. Very fun weekend. Not as hot as I was thinking it was going to be, but yeah, it was really fun. A lot of cool cosplays. Really interesting to see. And yeah, it's nice to get back into the panel experience.
What panels did you host?
We hosted. We did an Avatar Jeopardy. We did My Hero trivia and Haikyuu trivia.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty good turnout for all three.
Also on those cosplay pics that you put out on your socials, I love the Remy one from Black Lagoon. Oh my god.
I loved her. I waited a bit to get her picture because she was busy, but yeah, she was real cool.
Yeah.
Earth Toast is her handle on Instagram. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So back this weekend. Not sure what's going on with Scott. Check up. Yeah, but yeah. Before we get into anything else, I wanted to talk about something that I just saw this past weekend, and I'm surprised you guys haven't seen Doom Patrol. I'm really surprised you guys haven't seen Doom Patrol yet.
Well, I just started the first episode today, and it's pretty damn good from what I'm seeing.
I didn't watch it because it was on the DC app at first.
Yeah.
And when I finally got HBO Max, I got HBO Max just to watch Kong versus Hulk. Kong versus Godzilla. Why did I say Hulk? Hey, Scotty's
there he is.
What happened?
So I'm in Houston, and we're about to get hit by that tropical storm, and I guess.
Hey, I'm here too.
Yeah, I kicked my power off for a second, like just
literally
a split second. I was so mad.
This was a missed opportunity for a joke, by the way.
Oh no,
because we could have went with the whole. I guess Scotty doesn't know.
Man, come on. that joke wasn't funny in 2008.
Yeah, it was for me because my name ain't Scotty. So I get to know.
There you go. Fair enough.
Cue the music.
So after I got HBO Max, I just watched all the movies that were coming out, and I've been watching the Looney Tunes show, and that show is really good.
Oh fuck yeah! Yes, hell yeah.
It's got like a lot of secret adult humor in it.
Yeah, much more than we actually thought at the time. Yeah.
There's one where Daffy's like, "Oh, I made my resume. I started on it," and then they sit down on the computer like, "Oh, that's not it. That's not it." He's like clicking tabs. That's not it. Oh, that's definitely not it. And they all have like this weird expression on their faces. And so I've been watching that, and I've been trying to catch up with other shows that I either recently discovered or their new seasons are about to come out. Like you got Cobra Kai that's about to come out with a new season.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully The Boys, hopefully Invincible comes out with a brand new season.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so much, dude. I just haven't had time to watch Doom Patrol.
Yeah, it's a show I would equate similar experience to the Guardians of the Galaxy when that first came out in 2014. A lot of people was like, Guardians of the Galaxy, this team of ragtag idiots, these guys, this doesn't look interesting whatsoever. And then it came out in theaters and it was a instant hit. So that's what I'm equating the experience to watching Doom Patrol is. It's a bunch of random individuals put into this situation and they have to become a superhero team. And the villains are pretty good too. You got pretty good assortment of villains. But the one thing that I'm really looking forward to season 3 is because in the Doom Patrol so far, we've had Brendan Fraser voicing the robot. The robot Cliff. So now with season 3, we get to see him in full-on flesh glory for the first time in a long time.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just really happy to see our boy back in the flesh. Hopefully he gets more acting opportunities like this.
Why did he stop acting?
Ooh, a lot of reasons.
The main one is due to his divorce and being blacklisted by Hollywood because of that divorce. His wife, I believe, you guys can, JD and Sky, you can correct me on this. I believe his wife said that he was abusing her, or she had cheated on him. Either way, they filed for divorce. It was super nasty, and he got the much raw end of the deal. And after that, he just went into deep depression. Hollywood blacklisted him from working in town for a long time until Doom Patrol, where he voices Cliff, the character he's smiling at right now.
Did he not have any acting roles between then and now? Like, I feel like he might have done like smaller stuff, but like
he cameoed in the G.I. Joe movie, the first one.
That was before the divorce, I think.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the divorce was 2009, so it's been a bit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's from what I can remember, it's been a long time since anyone's seen him in an acting role.
I will say this, even though I've only seen just the first episode for Doom Patrol, I will say I love Brandon's portrayal of Cliff.
Cliff,
Yeah, it's so genuine. It's so heartfelt. Like I literally I was getting most of the emotional like feels just for Cliff, just seeing how like what happened to him in the accident and him having to struggle with his memories. Like, oh my God, like it hit me so in the feels. And also it was just great to hear him just do acting again. Now, does he do the motion of the guy who's?
No, it's just voiceover for him.
Okay.
Currently.
Well, I mean, regardless, even when he does the flashback scenes, it's good to at least hear him and see him when in flashbacks as Cliff as a human. Like, it's just great to see him again. I definitely missed Brandon Fraser.
Yeah, he's a sweet dude. Really hope he gets back on his acting.
Gets his mojo back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, I think I just remembered. He was in a series for a little bit. It was The Affair. He was in that series. I think it's on Stars or Showtime or HBO.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
All right.
I was digging through his IMDb, and it looks like he's been like decently active, but like nothing big, basically. Like no big movies or anything like that I could see just from the thing. But going back a little bit, you're talking about it's like this ragtag team of idiots, and I think we're in this brilliant advent where we figured out that superheroes are better when they're flawed, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I think like Marvel's done a really good job. Like if you read the comics, they've always done a really good job of like, yes, let's make a flawed character, and because that's the interesting stuff. And it's like, okay, cool, let's just do that for like shows and TV and movies now, and it's been great. Like this Guardians of the Galaxy, the latest Suicide Squad movie, like just like flawed, dumb people trying to save the world is just great. It's excellent. I love it.
Yeah, it's a really good show. One of DC's best, and fully rated R as well. So
excellent.
Oh yeah. So they go full in on that rated R. Cliff swears out the window.
Oh, so does Psycho Jane.
Oh yeah,
Crazy Jane. Oh my God,
love Jane. Love Jane. Favorite character. Absolute favorite character. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, it's on HBO Max. Doom Patrol Season 3 is going to be coming out at the end of the month. And yeah, it's looking to be a pretty hype season, considering what's all happened to the group.
Oh, I'm going to have to get caught up real quick.
I'm going to be rewatching it later this week. So yeah, that's gonna be real fun. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Brendan Fraser in that role. So yeah, now moving on to the main topics. Did you guys see Shang-Chi this past couple weekends?
I did.
I have not, but I don't care about spoilers.
You don't care about spoilers? Okay.
Excellent.
That's fine. Okay, so spoiler warning for everyone who does care about spoilers and has not seen Shang-Chi yet.
Give him a countdown.
Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get the fuck out.
real stellar live show. Just like, hey, I know you came here to watch, but you
peak
need
quality.
to leave. Please. There's the door.
Please yeet yourself out the door for temporary.
Get yourself off the building, please.
Be gone.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye, Felicia.
Where we will do the same thing.
Or come back to the VOD and we'll have timestamps. Shang-Chi. I've been calling it Shang-Chi since I've heard about it, and then they gave the actual pronunciation of the name Shang-Chi. Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic movie. A great start to the theatrical portion of Phase 4.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Also, I don't count Black Widow as the beginning of Phase 4. That's just garbage. It's a garbage movie.
Yeah.
I don't agree, but we're talking about Shang-Chi.
It had its moments.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily a bad movie, but it's like it's definitely a prequel. It's like it's what happens in between Civil War and Infinity War.
I would keep it out of Phase 4 for that reason, but I think it is a perfectly fine movie. I like my biggest takeaway from Shang-Chi is that this is what I think we all wanted Thor: Dark World to be. Is that if that makes sense? Like, all right, we're going all in on the weird mysticism side of Marvel. Let's make it fun, as opposed to Dark World, which was dark and edgy and brooding, and just like 90s grim dark.
But it has dark in the name.
Yeah, it's like no, this is goofy comic supernatural bullshit done correctly. Like it is fantastic, and then the fight sequences, holy shit, were just stellar martial arts, top to bottom. The bus scene was just phenomenal, just from the get go. The little bit of the dude live streaming the fight and just like
that motherfucker.
I took a karate class back in the day, so I'm going to try to rate this fight. That killed me. I was like, this is a direct attack on my person. How dare you?
It's like, I feel personally attacked here.
Also, I thought the scaffolding fight was pretty good, too. It was so fast and it just flowed so well. It was so beautiful. Yeah. I loved it.
This entire movie was a tribute to all the old martial arts movies that came before it, especially Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and all the masters, all the greats.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was... I think my only criticism for me personally was all right, we're in the spoilers territory, so no one cares. But
we told everybody to leave already. It's fine.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. I have short-term memory loss. But anyways, it would have to be like the father. Whenever we see what happens to the mother, I felt like he should have been more unstable, more like broken at that point, because sure, he's conquered like numerous cities, civilizations for like 1,000 years and all that shit, but he finds the one that makes him happy and brings him out of this like world of tyranny, just for like a perfect like moment of solace, and then it gets taken away. And I'm thinking, dude, I'd be pissed as hell. It's like at first I get taken out because the one I love is gets me out of that. Find out she's killed because of my past. Dude, I'd go and like straight up massacre them motherfuckers.
I mean, he did. To be fair,
yeah, he did.
he did go and just murder a bunch of dudes, just like wantonly. What you wanted was Scorpion, right? You wanted Hanzo Hisashi's revenge story for the century, right?
I wanted to see blood, guts, and shit like that, and fire everywhere. You wanted Scorpion. I want to see the Mandarin like get all fucking like tyrannical up in this bitch,
Yeah, but, I mean. I think at that point in his life, he had kind of figured out, it's like, all right, well, the way to rule the world is not be this emperor figurehead that everybody knows. I need to be in the shadows. And so he went, he did his murder. Yeah. He did the thing. And then he's like, all right, now I'm going to just kind of control the world, as I go, kind of thing.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, that's my only criticism. I mean, for me, I just wanted to see him more unstable, especially whenever he's like hearing his dead wife's like voice. Like, I was also kind of thinking it'd be kind of cool if the kids were like occasionally like hearing their dead mother's voice too, and like
that would have been interesting.
Oh yeah.
I think the reason why that didn't happen was because he had the rings, right? So the monster or whatever, like I forget what they called it in the end, like the dark god,
the soul leader, I believe.
Yeah, something like the soul leader or whatever. He was communicating specifically with the guy who had the key to his front door. Like you don't need to call his kid. He doesn't have the key. He doesn't know. Like
I was thinking more that it would be more of a like trying to win them over some more, basically. I don't know, something like that perspective.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah,
but other than that, I mean, I love.
The movie was great. Simu Lee and Awkwafina are a great pair together.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I loved Awkwafina.
Why is her name Awkwafina?
Good question.
Why is anyone named anything?
Yeah, but that's like when I first saw the review about it, they're like Awkwafina. I'm like, the water?
I honestly don't know.
They had a river goddess in this?
So she's a rapper, and that's her rap name, apparently.
Because she's thirsty?
She rose to prominence in 2012 when her rap song "My Vag" became popular on YouTube.
I just read that. Her real name is Nora Lum, but she is most predominantly known as Awkwafina.
Yeah, and she was stellar in this. Every time she was on screen, it's like, did you bet against me? And she's like pocketing like the money in her fanny pack. Oh, that was so good. Oh, it's so good.
Oh yeah, it was good to see in her moments whenever she was trying to be there for Shang-Chi. Like that, I thought that was a very interesting, I guess, display to see, because usually she's like the quirky, like comedic, like sidekick in a way, or something like in like movies that I've seen, and it was kind of good to see her become this like this compassionate, also caring person. I thought that was very interesting.
Also, side characters don't often have compelling story arcs, and she had a really cool story arc from beginning to end.
Yeah.
I really liked her culmination into becoming a badass archer.
Oh yeah.
Finding her purpose in saving the world, basically, and then like when
one arrow at a
Wong
time
comes to get them, she goes along with them. Like she's a part of it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like it came full circle in a beautiful way, and I loved it.
Yeah, and speaking of Wong, I really liked his little fight scene with Abomination.
Yeah, that was tight.
and it shows why he's fighting him and why Abomination is there. They're just releasing some stress, and he's, I'm guessing, in the raft or something.
I couldn't really tell where they went off to. I kind of thought they went back to the Sanctum Sanctorum, but
I think I mean, did.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah. Who knows? We'll have to see if they mention that in Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen Abomination since the
first
2007 Hulk movie, right?
2008.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah.
But yeah, I am really excited about us getting into the weird supernatural side of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
I am someone who legitimately and unironically read Ghost Rider. And so I am so stoked that like Marvel has sunk its teeth so far into the general public that it's like, no, you're going along for this ride whether you want to or not, and you're going to love it. Because like the supernatural side of Marvel is so good. It's so weird and so much fun, and it's goofy and scary, and it's great. I love it. I can't wait for the Ghost Rider to be back in the MCU proper. I'm ready.
That's definitely something I'm hoping they do sometime soon.
We got Robbie Reyes in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I will say it was a very good portrayal of Robbie Reyes as Ghost Rider. If you guys aren't familiar, he was one of the more recent Ghost Riders. Instead of a motorcycle, he had a old 1960s muscle car.
Yep.
And was just rad.
Now, if only they will bring him into the actual MC canon.
Yeah. The Midnight Suns game coming out has me really optimistic because that is such a deep dive into weird Marvel history to pull that name. It's like, all right, sure, Doctor Strange, sure, Ghost Rider, sure, whatever. But to call them the Midnight Suns and to make them the team that they are is really interesting to me because I was like, cool. I didn't think we were going to see this happen, but this is excellent news. So I'm looking forward to it. And, we got Blade back. So we're hopefully going to see him, and Doctor Strange is just like I'm excited for Doctor Strange too. I think it's going to be cool. It's a good time to be me.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And we'll talk a bit more about Doctor Strange in a little bit. What's really interesting is that Shang-Chi is a theater exclusive movie for the time being. Disney is doing an experiment, which Simu Liu took out of context, but they're doing an experiment with this movie with it being theatrical release instead of day and date on Disney Plus, like they did with Black Widow, which probably hurt its box office total. Yeah. But so far, the overall box office in the domestic part in the U.S. for Shang-Chi is just over $145 million for the past 2 weeks. Worldwide, it is just over $257 million worldwide.
What was that doesn't say their budget.
No, did I say budget or box office?
No, you said box office, but no, I was looking for the budget.
200 million, Google says.
Box Office Mojo used to put up the budget. I don't know why they haven't or why I don't see it anymore, but they used to put the budget on here.
Yeah, but it's Google says 200 million, somewhere around there,
give or take. But yeah,
you got a lot of tabs open.
got a lot of images.
Yeah. Little concerned we're going to see something we're not supposed to see there, Josh.
Right. Oh, sorry, not that one. Oh,
not that one. No, not that
one. One either. No, not that one. No, it's not that kind of show.
It's not that kind of show.
Yeah.
No, that's for the OnlyFans.
This one's a Patreon exclusive.
Come on, guys, let's go over to Fansly.
You know what? Fuck it, Pornhub, it's free.
There you go. But no, I'm really excited for these numbers because that will probably mean that more companies, more studios will go towards the theatrical exclusive release in the future instead of just doing day and date for most of their streaming services. Granted, Warner Brothers will still do day and date for most of their movies, like they have for Malignant this past weekend. But I really want to see a lot more movies in theaters when they're supposed to release.
I mean, I think a lot of that is, specifically response to the pandemic, right? It's just like, all right, well, we need to change our format a little bit to try to, because we need people to see this, and if we don't do this, we will die. So we need to find some sort of compromise. So yeah, I see what Disney means with it being a test. It's like, all right, are people willing to go see movies in theaters? And it's also good to see that it's doing decently well with it being relatively unknown character as well. Like that's extraordinary to see a unknown character, Asian-led film, like again, weird side of Marvel, like just the weirdness and like for it to then be successful is it's just magnifique. I love it. You love to see it.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I don't really know how to transition from that to this next topic. You guys.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Anywho.
When in doubt, be physical is my rule
exactly.
of thumb. Yeah.
What you should do, you should have like a clip, like a 2-3 second clip. That every time you're ready to change segments, you play it, and then you're like, all right, moving on.
Kind of like the old Transformers.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more like because I watch a YouTube channel called Wrestle Talk, and they kind of do that.
Oh yeah,
they're trying to transition. So I don't know. Food for thought.
What is the next topic?
Yeah, what is the next
Overlord
topic? You guys Overlord? Shut up. Okay, so the Sony PlayStation conference shows floor, whatever they called it,
showcase
happened. Yeah, that showcase happened this past week, and we got a lot of cool things. First and foremost, God of War Ragnarok, beautiful. Thor, my big fat power lifter, hell yeah!
Oh god.
So we're about to see Thor get his brains bashed in by Kratos.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Or they're gonna team up. Who knows?
I can just imagine like 30 years from now, Kratos
and
all the gods.
Lebowski.
Kratos has gone after the Norse gods, the Greek gods, the pagan gods, the Christian gods, the Egyptian gods. Now he's coming after anime gods because we've run out of people to kill.
He's going after Light Yagami. Oh god, no. Well, no, yeah, that they showcased that trailer that everyone went wild for. Then they showed this little trailer, and everyone went wild. Just Knights of the Old Republic is getting a remake by Asper Media Games.
What else have they made?
I'm happy.
Do we know them?
What?
Asper Media?
They are a game company based out of Austin.
Oh, they made the first couple. So it's basically just the game being re-released by the same company. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's being sanctioned by Lucasfilm, and it's going to be a PS5 exclusive and PC exclusive. Granted, will it come to other consoles? Probably down the line.
The only other console that can handle it is the Xbox, and if it's on PC, there's no point.
Something to say against the Xbox? No,
it is funny that an Xbox exclusive title is now a PlayStation exclusive title. I think the irony there is not lost on anybody.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
No.
That's a lot of fun.
I have the original, and I bought an Xbox just so I could play it.
Yeah.
But now I have it on PC, so it was like. But now it's like,
anymore.
Yeah, what was the point? Why did I even get it on Xbox? But now it's coming out on the PlayStation, but I still have a PC.
So it's like, let's pre-order this on Steam. Which I don't know if they're gonna put it on Steam first or they're gonna put it on their.
That's another reason.
Now.
That's why I like PlayStation as well. Like
the
only thing I like about it, there's one store. Not all right. The Blizzard store, the Epic Game Store, Steam Store, or whatever the hell, shitty game store,
Origin
store.
Yeah.
Origin Game Store has become the EA. Desktop.
I think it is EA, but yeah.
Because you can't have both of them. No. But there's an EA desktop app now, and it's in beta. But you can't have Origin and the EA app open. You have to close one, or the other one won't work.
That seems like poor.
Because I have both apps on my computer because I had Origin, but then like, hey, get the EA one with Xbox Game Pass. And get the EA Game Pass. Get the EA Game Pass. Whatever the hell it's Game Pass this, Game Pass that. Why can't I just pay $20 a month and just get all the games?
Right? Gamefly?
Yeah, something like that. I never finished KOTOR, but I had a buddy of mine who had it, and I remember there's like a section where you get like basically Star Wars trebles or whatever, right? And every time you travel, you would just get 100 more of them. And so I would just get on his console when he wasn't home and just fucking teleport his ship around so these stupid little blobs would reproduce. It was great. So yeah, aces to that. I'm excited to do that again.
The cinematics for the game are really good too.
Yeah,
like they're what almost 15, 20 years old, and they still hold up.
Yeah, I think the game came out in 2003 or 4. I was in high school when it came out.
Yeah, and I've seen a good number of the walkthroughs, and I'm actually listening to the Revan audiobook on Audible. So that's a little interesting.
The game is still really good, but I mean, it hasn't aged that well. It's not perfect. Like there's some things that you've noticed that have not aged well with time, like the combat system. They kind of look like blind kids swinging at a piñata.
yeah, that hasn't. I'm hoping they update all that plus the graphics. I mean, considering how good Revan looks here, I'm gonna assume the graphics are gonna be about as on par as either Battlefield or Battlefront or the Fallen Order game.
Interesting.
I need to see some gameplay because cinematic graphics and gameplay graphics are always different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They are closer than they ever have been. Like they are much closer than they used to be. I remember games and like when this game came out, like the difference between the cinematic version, it's like, oh, this is kind of crummy 3D animation, whatever. And then the gameplay looks like just you're looking at sandpaper through blurry glasses.
Yeah, exactly. That was like one of the wrestling games that I had back in the day. I think it was called SmackDown Just Bring It. The cinematic opening was it was like PS3, PS4 level graphics, but as soon as the game starts, it looks like late PlayStation graphics.
Yep.
OG PlayStation graphics.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I found like with some of especially like some of the older games, when they remake them, they try to be as true to the original as possible. And like when you've been playing newer games for 10, 20 years or however long between the last time it came out, like a lot of those systems can feel really shitty and just awful, just top to bottom. The Silent Hill remaster is the one that always comes to mind for me. It was like, all right, well, I never got a chance to play this game growing up. I want to play Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 because those are like the ones of the series. And then you play it and it's like they have done nothing to fix the shitty mechanics of moving around in the world. Even is just a tremendous chore. It's just like, you guys, like, you literally just took the data and just moved it forward and just softened some edges a little bit. Like, this isn't, you haven't done anything.
I think the best remakes that I can think of personally are the Resident Evil 2 and 3 games.
They were very good. And even the remake of Resident Evil 1 wasn't awful. Like, it fixed a lot of the problems that game had when it came out. And of course, it was much prettier. But yeah, it's absolutely. I think those are fantastic remakes and just beautiful, wonderful. More of that.
Yeah. So with this game being remastered, I wonder if that means that Lucasfilm is going to consider the game canon, or if they're just remastering it just for the sake of the fans. That's what I'm really wondering with this.
Yeah, because like their whole stance was like everything that wasn't movies or XYZ show is not canon anymore until we say it is, basically, is what it is. I mean, how much, like, again, I never finished it. I know the ending of Knights of the Old Republic, but I never finished it. how much of that actually affects, say, the Skywalker saga, for instance? Like, how much does Darth Revan's presence matter? Right?
None of it does. None of it matters.
Yeah.
I mean, it was thousands of years before
Yoda.
any of the saga. So yeah, it
When
doesn't really impact it too much.
Maybe
when they
Luke's reading some Darth Revan fan fiction somewhere that someone wrote, or something like that. But other than that, so I mean, it'd be cool if they acknowledge it. Like, yes, this is in the history books. This is important. But like,
I think it's more to show like, hey, you know, the Jedis haven't always been in control. Like, they haven't always had their shit together.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know,
the Jedi Order, bunch of idiots.
Yeah, they're not. But I have a concern with the game.
What's up?
So, are they gonna Are they gonna try to? They're remaking the game. Are they gonna fit all the content and add more content into one release of the game, or are they gonna pull a Final Fantasy VII?
This is a good question. I never played the game personally. Was it a massive game?
It's a pretty big game.
Pretty big game.
Let's see.
For the time, it was.
Considering it's for PS5 and PC, at least for the PC portion, I'm guessing they would include the entire game. Maybe switch a few things up, but I think they try to stay as close to the core game as possible.
Okay, so it says right here that the main story is 28 hours and 49 minutes. This was pulled by 305 people. The main story plus extras is at 36 hours and 49 minutes. The completionist took 48 hours and 7 minutes, and all play styles took 36 hours and 43 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a decently long game.
For an OG Xbox, that's really long.
Yeah. It was one of BioWare's first games, right? Before they went and did Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
Think so?
Yeah, but yeah, I hear what you're saying with like specifically the Final Fantasy VII release. I think that I hope that we've learned a lesson from that, and that episodic releases of big games don't really work, because I know that Square got a lot of guff for that, regardless of how good it was or wasn't. I never played it, but like it looked pretty and the combat looked fun. Like, but I don't think. Like, especially because the second half of it's not even out yet, right? Like with Final Fantasy VII, like it's
I
still
don't
not.
think so. No.
It's gonna be 4 games.
Christ,
what?
That is stupid.
Somebody said it was leaked that it was gonna be 1 game per disc, and Final Fantasy VII had 4 discs. I think it was 3 or 4.
Oh, fuck me.
Well, I mean, if they wanted to stick as close to the original game as possible, yeah, that makes sense. But
people are gonna spend more than $200 on this.
When you spend $60 on it the first time. You got all 4 discs at once.
Also keep in mind that the newer chapters of the game are going to be next gen exclusive, meaning that they're going to be $10 more expensive already.
That's so dumb.
They just want to make money. That's all this is. It's money. They just want to make money.
Sure, I have a Patreon, I want to make money too, but like, Christ, man, like this is like, this can't be going well for them, right?
Like, sure, I make $20 an hour. I can do this.
I don't want to. What? Bullshit, just give me the damn game.
By the time the 4th game comes out, Josh is going to have great grandkids. This is silly.
All right, kids. You remember when your grandpappy was talking about this thing being in completion? It's finally here. But Grandpa, you're going to die next week.
We're gonna kill you, Grandpa.
I could imagine your grandkids. No, Grandpa. Like,
we settled it in Smash.
Whatever you say, Pops.
Not the happy-go-lucky one.
You also told us people used to go outside back in your day. Just calm down and take your meds.
Back when the air was breathable, right?
Yeah. Just calm down and take your meds. There is no final.
Back in my day, we didn't live in bunkers. We went outside. There were dogs. We were owned by cats.
All right, Grandpa. We're running out of food, so we got to put you in the euthanasia chamber. It's time for you to go, Grandpa Josh.
We had a bunch of euthanasia too.
Yeah. Come on, Grandpa.
Oh my god!
Hey.
Back in my day, there was a country called Pangea too.
God damn it!
Oh, this is hilarious. Back in my day, we hugged and kissed strangers. I don't know what you're talking about, Terry.
No.
No.
You want to hear the story of how I met your Nana simping on OnlyFans?
Well, you see, I met your grandmother because I went to this place and there was a hole in the wall.
I honestly don't know which version of the story is better. I like the idea of Grandpa fucking it up and like mixing up like the weird sex acts that he did to meet Nana. You see, I went to the swinger clubs and she pecked me real good.
Well, you know, she slobbed on that knob like corn on the cob.
There was a TV show that depicted something similar like this. Only it took 8 damn seasons to get to the fucking point.
We used to go to this place. I don't remember if it was fake or a metaphor or if it was a place. We used to go to some place called Pound Town.
Oh my god.
That is
God, I hope my mother-in-law's not watching this.
Oh god, that's
why does she look good? She's not my mother-in-law.
God damn it, you're killing me.
Oh god, thinking of killing.
Yeah?
Thinking of killing over here, what the hell is going on with Matrix Resurrection? That thing, that trailer finally
I
released.
feel like that's a big one, and that could take up the whole rest of the time of the channel, honestly.
Oh boy.
Okay,
no, go ahead.
So, we've been waiting for the trailer for a while, and we've been waiting to see what this is going to be about. I still want to know what this is about. I saw the trailer. I'm still wondering what this is going to be about.
Okay, so before we continue to talk about the trailer, there is a question that I want to ask everybody while they're here. Who the fuck? Oh my god, my fucking Snapchat is blowing up.
It's me. I'm just sending you dick snaps. I'm sorry.
Probably
I wish.
Terry.
No. It's some bot. I added somebody that it looked familiar. It's a bot. Send me all kinds of videos like, oh, I can't send you messages. Or I can't see them. But she sent me all these videos and she wants me to go sign up for OnlyFans or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some kind of spam bot.
I've had a few spam bots on Snapchat as well.
So have any of y'all ever heard of or even played The Matrix Online?
No.
I remember it, yes.
I remember it, but I have not
don't
played
think
it.
I ever played it personally, but I did have a friend who played it.
There was an
So-
online game?
There was a Matrix MMO called Matrix Online.
Mhm.
And it was approved and blessed by the Wintowski brothers.
Mhm.
And it is, as of right now, canon.
Really?
interesting. That is really
Nice.
interesting.
All right. What was it about? What?
It takes place after there was peace, after the peace treaty was made.
Okay.
And so one of the missions, you're going through the story with Morpheus where he's trying to find out why the machines are not giving up Neo's remains.
Interesting.
They haven't given up his remains and they haven't recycled him. Like apparently when people die, they go through this recycling process with the Machine City and they're made like into humans again. I don't know, reborn or something like that.
Probably use them to feed other humans. I would imagine.
Well, no. Think about it, because in the Matrix they said this is the 7th time Neo has gone through this. That means he's died 7 times and been recycled.
I just kind of thought that, like, I didn't interpreted that as like, oh, this is Keanu Reeves' like seventh body. I imagine this is like the seventh person that they've chosen to be Neo, basically.
Well, the videos in the background were I thought they were going with like multiverse, but because all the videos in the background were Neo, and those were every single one of his attempts.
That is true.
And they mentioned it. They mentioned it in the first movie. If you watch the second movie and go back and watch the first movie, Morpheus does say that the one came and saved people from the Matrix, and then they created Zion afterwards. And the architect does say that he's supposed to pick 7 men and women to rebuild Zion, to start anew, to start all over again.
Yeah.
All right.
So this is always part of their plan, like Zion being destroyed, being rebuilt, the human.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
in the game, Morpheus is sabotaging the Matrix, and he is eventually killed in the game. It's very anticlimactic.
All right.
Okay, so I remember, and this is all spoilers, by the way, I should have said something. But I remember reading an article where the guy that they got to play the current Morpheus, they had labeled him as Morpheus' son.
Something like that.
All right.
Problem referred to him as young Morpheus too. Which
I think he's using the title of Morpheus.
Makes sense.
And if the game is canon, Morpheus is dead. That's why Lawrence Fishburne isn't in the movie. I think they're taking the game into consideration, because if you watch the trailer, Trinity is like, whenever Neo starts gaining back the one powers, Trinity starts coming off as a program in some ways. So I'm big into Matrix lore, dude. I fucking love Matrix.
I don't doubt you. I mean, yeah.
It was weird for me, like, because I enjoyed the movies when they came out, and I thought they were cool, and I'm one of the only people I think that was like, the second 2 movies are fine. Like, they weren't like screaming at them, but I don't know. I just didn't really like. I felt like the third one wrapped everything up and like answered all the questions I really had. Like, I saw it, when it came out. Basically, like, it's been years and years and years and years. But I was just like, what? Why are we coming back? Like, kind of the same way I feel about the Avatar getting a bunch of sequels.
Well, there's in the video game, which is so stupid, and I hope if the video game is still going to be canon, I hope they make flashback scenes, or at least have like a lot of explaining, because in the video games they actually, something happens and the peace treaty is broken and they go back to war.
Okay.
Because there's like a third party involved now. Like, even the agents, like, there's a scene where Niobe confronts the agents, and she asked them that they respond with, "We didn't kill him, but you're like, about as much as we do, and you're about on the same level finding out who did it as we are." They're like, even the agents are hunting down who killed Morpheus.
Interesting.
Oh, all right. I mean, that would make sense. Yeah, that would definitely make sense as to why Lawrence Fishburne isn't Morpheus in this. I heard one theory. One of my friends on Facebook said that this movie could be like a world where the Matrix movies that we know were actually movies or video games or something like that. It was like, all right, could be something. I don't know, but I'm just in the position where, like, I also don't really understand where else they can go with the story. But I guess the game has a lot more lore continuing than I really knew about.
Yeah, the revelation of there being this like warmonger potentially who's like, I'm going to start the war between the humans and the robots again. Like that being revealed, and he's Waluigi apparently. Like that being revealed makes a little bit more sense for there to be a sequel. Then, so it's like, okay, cool. It's like this. So we got to try to figure out who's kicking shit, who's trying to start this needless war again. So yeah, you know what? I'm on board. You convinced me.
Yeah,
It's basically what it's the roundabout way of saying I'm with you now.
I want them to re-release The Matrix Online because it had so much. The game wasn't that great. It was kind of shitty.
Yeah,
But like the storyline, because like to Morpheus, they were still at war when they didn't give up Neo's body. Because Morpheus wanted Neo's body because they're all under the assumption Neo died.
yeah,
and they're like, Neo needs to be buried in Zion, a holy place, not with the machines.
yeah.
And he's like, I want his, and that's where Morpheus starts like sabotaging the Matrix because he wants Neo's body back. But in the game, they never confirmed nor denied what happened to Neo. No one knows. And after Morpheus dies, there's a copycat that takes up the man, like that makes himself appear like Morpheus and starts getting the other people to start fighting with the machines and the agents, and that's why there's another war that sparks. Like the treaty is broken and the war has begun again.
Yeah.
So like there are like a lot more, but Morpheus is the kind of guy that's like, you know what, I don't just want my cake, I want to eat it too. And so like I don't think this is I think this is a complete continuation, because even in the game, Morpheus, when he says winning the war meant them going back to the surface and restarting. But
Yeah,
I thought that's how the last movie ended.
They can't go back to the surface.
Oh, okay.
Because the sun was so in the Animatrix, the humans blocked off the sun.
Yeah,
it was the humans. It was the humans.
That's right.
No, yeah.
Because the machines were solar powered at the time, so they were trying to block.
They needed the sun.
Yeah, I remember now.
And because the humans were losing the war, they made a deal. We'll be a power source. We'll be your power source, and you just give us a place to live. Which is why they created the Matrix.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Good reference on the Animatrix there, man. Like pulling that reference off the bookshelf. Yes.
Well, a lot of people didn't watch Animatrix. No, they just brushed it aside.
I still haven't. Yeah.
I think I've seen certain parts of it.
At the time, it like a lot of people were so like, because the first one was so innovative and cool and shit and like just really interesting. And so the second two, when they got a little bit more into the weird philosophy side of things, that really alienated a lot of people that were in there for the sick slow-mo kung fu action from the first one.
You know what that is actually what I think the problem was. Because the Matrix introduced all this sick slow-mo 360 kung fu bullet dodging action. There were like 100 other movies that replicated that same fucking formula. Look at Charlie's Angels. They did the exact same bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was like, we waited so long for a sequel that there were 100 movies that did the same shit. By that time, we were sick of it. We're like, man, this is crap.
Yeah. And then the Wachowskis wanted to do like, oh, let's talk a little bit more about the philosophy of the Matrix and things like that, and like what this means to people, and like the average viewer is like, get out of here with that. Be gone.
Like back, let me like, for the people watching, for back in the day, back when these Matrix movies came out, people thought they were crap, but at the same time, people also liked the Daredevil movie that came out. So that says a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
we do not say that name in this house.
It's a guilty pleasure for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Incorrect. Oh goodness. So we're all like interested at least in the new Matrix then.
Yeah. I'm definitely interested.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love the trailer. I love how the mix of the sound with it in the trailer, it really had me drawn in with like White Rabbit and whatnot. It really set the mood for me. It was like, okay, I feel like I'm ready to go back into the Matrix right now. Let's do this.
Have there been any books that that follow the story of the game or something afterwards that have been canonized?
Not any books that I know of. I know every game except for the Path of Neo is canon.
Okay.
Well, a couple of them were just play through the movie, basically, right? Like,
Right.
a couple of them are that, but yeah. You know what I wouldn't be surprised to see is like another Animatrix that kind of fills in the gap of time between 2003, which is when the last one came out. It just looks, and now, like,
I think if
kinda
they were to do that,
explains the plot of like the Matrix Online, for instance, like.
Yeah, I was about to say if they do that, they're probably going to make it about the Matrix Online.
That's what I mean. It's like I would not be surprised to see that come out in the like sometime between now and the next Matrix movie, where it's like, here's what happened in the 20-odd years.
Yeah, because like you've said, not a lot of people remember or have even played Matrix Online, so it would make sense for them to make a movie or TV series based on that concept or that story. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. A lot of people are looking forward to it as well. Keanu Reeves is back. He looks more like John Wick than anything else. But
I think because they were filming both
Wick
movies at the same time, it's kind of like what they did with what's his face, the Superman dude, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
When they had the CGI off his mustache.
Except this time they kept his facial hair and didn't CGI it off.
Yeah, well, because he could maybe he went to sleep. He's been asleep this entire time, and he was in John Wick, but now he's back in the Matrix.
Yeah,
or maybe John Wick is his life in the Matrix.
It's his. He's just an actor.
It's good to see Keanu like doing as well as he is. Like, he's another actor that kind of can't, like, he kind of went to sleep for a little bit and then just like, I'm back, baby, and like just rampaging over the box office with just hit after hit after hit. So it's like, yeah, cool, excellent. Let's get another Matrix, Keanu. Let's go, buddy.
Oh yeah, definitely looking forward to John Wick 4, 5, and 6.
Yes. Oh, God. I don't know. I could talk about John Wick all day, but I won't bore you. But I love the movies.
Oh yeah.
So I know we talked a little earlier about the weird side of Marvel. So let's get even deeper into that with the Doctor Strange What If episode, as well as the Zombies episode. So you guys have all seen that. I'm assuming.
Yes.
Dude, I'm gonna drive down there.
Okay, so I watched a review of it, so I know
that's fine too.
I know like cliff notes and like how it has callbacks to like the comic, and I know how it ends, and it's got like the very cliche. Oh, doesn't anyone watch horror movies? Never say that.
Yeah, the Marvel Zombies ending. The Strange episode was cool. Like, again, it like going back to what I was talking about earlier. I am excited for Marvel to drag people kicking and screaming into the supernatural side of Marvel, and this is pinnacle that weirdness. This one was a very depressing end to that. Like, it of course ends with Strange ending the world effectively.
This was one that actually kind of scared me, like actual horror scaring. Like I was a little afraid.
And I think it did a good job of showing what it means to be Sorcerer Supreme. It like as at least the power level wise, like like and what that kind of like, even though it absolutely means nothing in the grand scheme of the MCU, as it should. It's a what if story. Like that's the fun of what if comics and things like that. It shouldn't need to mean anything. It has no effect on the world at large, but it's still, you get a peek at like, this is what the Sorcerer Supreme is, what he's capable of, what he does. And the answer is he can end the world if he fucks up right.
Oh yeah. It's not easy being the Sorcerer Supreme. And another interesting thing that came out of this is that Steven actually talks with the Watcher.
Yeah,
that was interesting. Like, I do like that the Watcher came in. It's like, I could help you, but I'm not.
I'm not supposed to.
I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, but
You fucked up, buddy.
Fucked up. Yeah. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna go.
I will say this. It would be interesting to see this version of Doctor Strange possibly show up in, I guess, whatever the final stage is. Like, what was the villain from Loki called?
Kang.
Kang, yeah.
Kang, yeah.
Yeah, like it would be so cool if like Kang's like going around getting like these like ridiculously strong like other versions of these heroes that have either taken a different path. And I think it would be awesome to see this version, thinking that he could get a second chance to save I'm sorry, what was her name? Cassandra?
Rachel.
Christine,
Rachel.
thank you.
God,
Rachel?
what? How did we all get so... Christine? Cassandra?
Christine, yes.
Rachel.
Yes.
Her name was Tom. Don't know how.
No,
Her name is.
But no, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
This episode is actually the turning point of this entire season, because after this we're gonna get little snippets here and there of an overarching storyline for this season, because we see in the trailer this Doctor Strange meeting Sharon Connor.
Really?
Mm-hmm. If you go back and look at the trailer, at one of the multiple trailers, you get to see this Doctor Strange interacting with Sharon Connor's Sharon Carter.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Sharon Connor.
I thought I had heard Sarah Connor. I was like, what?
yeah. It is Terminator. It's all canon.
Yeah, it's all canon. Everything's Disney now, boys. Wrap it up.
They got Fox. It's all canon. No, they said that this season won't impact the MCU overall, but they can say whatever the hell they want. They keep secrets as long as they can. I think we're gonna see this Sorcerer Supreme in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh yeah, that I could definitely see him in that for sure.
I see that. I think having not done any research on what Multiverse of Madness is going to be, I think this is how we're going to get Shuma Gorath proper. Which, if you don't know the character, but if you have seen What If, he is the tentacle thing that the Red Skull summons in the first episode, and then he is the tentacle thing that Strange summons in this episode as well. Mm-hmm. And he is basically Marvel's Cthulhu.
Didn't
he
show up in Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Oh, you mean that thing that they fight in the beginning?
No, that wasn't it.
That was something else.
Okay.
No. Shuma
yeah,
is
no, I don't think so,
a big deal. Like,
I remember Shuma Gorath from Marvel's Capcom.
Yep, that was probably where a lot of people remember him from, because he's not super, like, even in Strange's comics, he's not super involved in the MCU because he is such a big bad. Like, there's like Dormammu, and then there's like Shuma up there. Like, he's bad news.
Maybe they're also saving him for Doctor Strange 3.
Yeah, they may even for Doctor Strange 3. I will go on record and say I think we're gonna at least get a peek of him in Doc 2. Just kind of the way things.
Yeah.
Okay, so did we just completely forget about that one dude that became a villain at the end of the first one?
Oh yeah, no. I was actually about to bring that up too, because I'm like, aren't we gonna see him again? Because he seemed like he was like really pissed at like
he was killing off the sorcerers.
Yeah.
Oh, Baron Mordo.
Yeah.
Him.
No,
I feel like somebody forgot about him.
No, yeah. I think they confirmed that he's supposed to be in this.
Oh, is he in
I thought I heard them say that he's supposed to be in this.
All right. Here's my prediction: is that he is going to try to summon Shuma Gorath, and then Shuma's going to kill him.
There you go.
That's
There you go. See that? Okay,
that's he's like, I will obtain ultimate power by summoning Shuma Garath and bending him to my will. And then the tentacle comes out to the just fucking.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time content creators have started a storyline and then completely forgot it. My Hero Academia.
That's anime. That's different.
Yeah.
They only have one writer, so he's gonna forget.
And he completely forgot about the. Anyways,
Or look at Dragon Ball. Look.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that too. That too. No, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season. Next season is when they're going to be doing what ifs that sort of impact the MCU overall.
I don't know if I want that.
They should do a what if. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a what if, but they should just dedicate a what if episode to like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah,
that'd be really cool. I just want a continuation of the zombie episode.
Oh God, dude, I was on the edge of my seat with this episode. I swear.
Yeah.
Why does that look like his flesh rotting on his face looks like a must? Oh, it's part of his facial hair.
Yeah, he's got his facial hair still. He's got his.
It looked like, I thought it was just like rotting flesh, and it just took the form of a mustache. No, it is a mustache.
Dude,
I saw the rest of his goatee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. As soon as I saw them just like do the start doing the magic circles, I was like, oh my God, they still have their powers. They still have their powers.
Yeah, so in Marvel Zombies, like the comic that this is based on, when the superheroes eat another superhero, they get their powers, and it becomes a problem when Silver Surfer comes down to Earth.
Oh yeah,
and they eat the Surfer, and they get the power cosmic, and that's when things like just go horribly wrong.
Love that comic series. Magneto is the MVP of that series. But no, yeah. This episode was very strange.
Boo.
It's
you need a cricket sound effect.
No, I do need one of those. No, this was one that a lot of people were waiting for just because it's Marvel Zombies.
Yeah,
and I think they played it off pretty well. I think they did a really good job with the concept, but I need more.
Yeah,
I need more.
Don't watch what you ask for though, because once you get too much of zombies, then you're like, ugh, more Marvel Zombies.
Yeah, I would like a 5-episode miniseries of Marvel Zombies. I think that would be
Thank you. That's just
I think like just get it out of the way, get it done. We don't need a bunch of movies.
Finish the Infinity War arc. Of zombies.
I think it was cool what they did in that, like, because they don't have all of the characters that were in Marvel Zombies. I mean, because Marvel Zombies had everybody. I mean, the Sentry was in there. You had like all the X-Men characters were in there and things like that. Because we don't have those yet. They had to kind of rejig how the virus started and things like that. And so kind of taking the Ant-Man story and making that the end of it, I think was very interesting. She found a zombie virus in the microverse. Like, cool. This just made the microverse way scarier.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Dude.
And it was already scary.
Yeah. Like, I think they did a really good job with the materials that they had. And like, I really can't fault them on it. I would have liked it to be a little bit more violent, see a little bit more soup zombie action, because I feel like
Hulk not being able to get zombified,
which is weird because doesn't he become a zombie?
He does in the original series, yeah,
because I remember him being a really big problem that they had to deal with.
Oh boy.
But there's like a lot of things that happened. Like Sandman killed a bunch of them, and then they were like still alive in the next issue. And there's also been multiple runs of Marvel Zombies, so they've redone the story a couple times, so it's hard to keep track of. Marvel Zombies is supposed to be, the way it ends is supposed to be an endless loop. The way it ends is what causes the zombie apocalypse.
I see.
Because it has something to do with Sentry.
Mm.
Like, one of the things I'm kind of disappointed with Marvel though. If they're doing the what ifs, how come they haven't introduced any like mutants or what if X-Men characters? Or...
Oh, yeah, no, I was thinking the same thing whenever in this episode where we see Vision and he's talking. I think he mentioned something about Scarlet Witch. I think about the treatment, like saying that he was trying to give her the cure, but her I think her blood work or something was
her powers wouldn't let
her. Her powers were that, and I just like, and I was like, mutant.
No, I mean,
I don't know. I think they're waiting until they actually introduce them into the MCU first.
Yeah.
Well, there's a rumor going around that one of the characters being introduced in the Multiverse of Madness is Professor Xavier from another universe.
Interesting.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because there's supposed to be a big fights in between the Scarlet Witch and like these 5 council members, and one of the council members happens to be a Professor Xavier.
Illuminati.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. They're supposed to be the Illuminati from like multiple universes.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Neat. Interesting.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty interesting. Also, another thing I forgot to mention: Black Panther has a voice in this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't expect to hear Chadwick Boseman again.
That was it was rough. Like the episode with Boseman before this, and then hearing him again, I was like, "Oh, I didn't expect this to hurt the way it's hurting me.
It's hurting me in places I didn't want it to hurt.
Don't make me cry. Not again."
Especially with this entire city being zombified.
Could you imagine if they would have turned him into a zombie in the episode?
I mean, that would have been an easy way to like, if they hadn't recorded his lines ahead of time, that would have been an easy way to like, oh well, we had planned for him to be in it. Let's
I think people still would have been pissed.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. I'm really enjoying the series, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in future episodes and seasons.
Yeah,
Sure.
Honestly, like, I'm really impressed with the stories that they've told. It like, T'Challa being Star-Lord was such a fun story. Like, weird dude broed Thanos was fucking rad. Like Sharon Carter being or Peggy Carter being Captain America or Captain Britain, I guess in this case, was rad. Like, all of the stories are telling really cool and fun. And
I mean, is it me, or is it like I found that kind of random?
What her becoming
that T'Challa becoming Star-Lord and Killmonger saving Tony Stark, and
that was random.
I mean, they're all random. It's
no, like some of them make more sense though. I mean, the Carter instead of Rogers makes more sense.
It's less of a stretch, but that's kind of the fun part of what if stories. Is like some of them are really weird and out there and out of left field. I
also think for like the T'Challa episode, they just wanted some sort of episode with Chadwick as his last or one of his last performances, and that was one of the things that they just came up with.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't all have to make sense, but I mean, it also did make a little bit of sense with the question. Like, the question was, what if Yondu had outsourced the retrieval and to these 2 idiots?
So like looking at covers of What If from back in the day. So there's some that are really simple. What if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? They're both in New York. It's not a stretch. He's actually joined the Fantastic Four a couple times. And then there's ones like, what if the all new, all different X-Men never existed? Or what if the Avengers defeated everybody? Just like weird stories that like don't matter, but they're just like, oh, we want to tell this story, and like we don't have to do this.
What if they didn't eat shawarma after the first movie?
Yeah, like I would like not be surprised if we see one that's just that somehow.
Like, it would be 20 seconds less.
Yeah.
Literally, I think they did that like the week before it premiered. Yeah, it's a great series. Not every episode will probably be masterpieces or hit with audiences, but it's I think it's hitting on the core spirit of the original comic runs.
Mhm.
So
I think it's just keeping everybody busy until another movie comes out.
Also that.
duh.
It's
Duh.
Also that.
Or until
Gotta keep the
Hawkeye
lights
comes out.
on in this place somehow.
yeah.
I gotta have
Well-
something for Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Can't FEMA checks running out. Got to keep something up.
Yeah, that is happening too. Speaking of Spider-Man, his involvement in the MCU and just future in iterations. Going back to the whoops, wrong one. No, this one. Here we go.
Make sure you don't show us the wrong tab.
No, that one's on this. That one's on this screen.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, the porn's on this screen.
You're watching it while you're talking to us.
I never said that.
You said.
No, the Sony showcase also showed us a sneak peek of their Marvel Spider-Man 2, which had a voiceover from Kraven the Hunter.
Was that Kraven? I thought
That was Kraven.
Venom.
Everybody
No.
is saying it. I haven't seen it yet, but everybody said it was Kraven the Hunter.
No,
Okay.
yeah, there were two distinct voices. One was Kraven, and the other was Venom.
Yeah, y'all know who's gonna voice Venom in that in the game?
It's
Tony Todd.
it's an actor who's voiced Venom before.
Oh, Tony Todd has.
I think.
It was
Could've-
Tony Todd.
Yeah, I was about to ask
Candyman.
that.
Could have sworn he
See.
voiced him before.
Current television series, Star Trek. I have no idea who this guy is.
Yes. Tony Todd is Candyman.
In
Yeah.
the new.
Oh,
Candyman?
okay.
Yeah,
Rad.
I know, right?
So
That's a
that'll be
word
cool.
I haven't heard in years.
Yep, not gonna say it 4 more times. So
No, you don't want that?
nice try. Nope.
You've already
Candyman.
said it. You've
Candyman.
already said it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Because he kept
But-
asking, who does he voice? And you kept saying Candyman.
Ah. I'm excited for this. I also very much love Venom, and I think it's I saw him at the end of that trailer. I was like, cool, this is buy on site basically. Let's do
yeah.
this. Like Craven being in it's cool too. That's like a weird dive into Spider-Man's history. One of his like a really major villain, but also one of the stranger ones. Like, it's like
Yeah.
I hunt wild game. Fuck you, Spider-Man.
You sound like the
Yeah.
Monopoly guy.
Thank you. That's kind of what I'm going for. Is like old timey carnival barker. It's kind of what that voice is supposed to be. I think.
You also sounded like an old 80s villain, like from the Batman series.
yeah.
From, like,
also,
when they-
also acceptable. Yeah, like the Riddler.
Yeah,
Riddle me
kind of.
this, back fuck.
Oh my-
Caped cuck. Let's go.
He also kind of sounds like the recap announcer in The Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
really close. to
Last
that.
time our heroes were.
Yeah, it's basically that 1950s like radio.
Yeah.
announcer kind
Yeah.
of. That's where I'm going for
The
that.
sportscaster.
So I'm glad that
Love
we found
it.
so many characters in this. I can use this. I can take this elsewhere. This is great
Yes.
for me.
I don't know. You do that to a 20-year-old, not a 21, not a 25, but a 20-year-old. I'm like, actually, no. They'd be like, yeah, cool. Yeah, awesome.
Sorry, I
get
gotta
that a
tweet
lot.
this.
I gotta TikTok this.
Oh, fuck, yeah,
This
that's-
old
that's
fuck
me
won't leave
right.
me alone. Send.
So somebody come pick up their grandpa.
So someone can pick up Grandpa and put him in the euthanasia chamber. But yeah, new Marvel, like I didn't play the Miles Morales one, but like the first Marvel Spider-Man one was excellent. Like just top to bottom was just fantastic and fun to play and felt good. My understanding is that the Miles Morales one is basically more of the same stuff, just with the Miles Morales flair on it, which is also excellent.
Mhm.
And so now we have a game with both of them, and my boy Venom's in it.
The
and it's a good-looking Venom.
Spider-Man PS4 game from 2018.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2018. One of the best Spider-Man stories that we've ever had.
Yeah, it was
Like
excellent.
in any medium, comic, movie, TV show. Yeah,
was very good.
one of the best stories that we've seen. So getting this, unfortunately, in 2023, 2013.
It's like, all right.
It's
It came
time
out
travel.
a long time ago.
It's a time travel game. No, unfortunately, we're getting to 2023.
That's not so bad. We're already almost done with 2021. 2022, a meteor is going to hit us and going to make time go faster anyways. It's fine. Everything's fine.
By that time, we'll finally figure out time travel and we'll go on adventures with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 more seasons, Morty. 10 more seasons.
6 seasons of a movie, Morty.
Rick.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to this. It's with Venom and Kraven being two of his more
brutal.
That's the word. More brutal villains. It's gonna be an interesting showdown.
Are they in this game? Are they going to explain why none of the other superheroes are in New York like they did in the first one?
I mean, most of the supervillain. Oh, you meant heroes.
Heroes.
I mean, Black Cat was in it.
They're probably off. They're probably doing something in the greater universe. Or
no, he said when you go to the Avengers Tower, he's like, I think they're in California or something.
Yeah, I remember. Like, it's kind of like a throwaway little thing. If you actually go to Avengers Tower, it's like, oh, I guess they're.
And if you go to the Avengers Tower and you go to the Strange building,
yeah,
Sanctum, yeah,
yeah, I think it'll be cool. It's going to be Eddie Brock Venom for sure, because that's the one everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows Eddie. I wouldn't hate to see a Mac Gargan Venom. I don't know that we're going to see that in a not M-rated game, though. Mac over here eating people's brains, like for basically so he can sell his book better. Yeah, not going to see that in a T-rated game. Don't think.
No, definitely not. Not even in the movie.
No.
it could be like with the Sega Genesis with Mortal Kombat. You put in a code to get the blood. Back in the day,
yeah, you get the M-rated version of Venom.
You get the M-rated version of Venom with the code.
Sneaky
for Matt Gargan.
Which since Insomniac Games is making the Spider-Man game, I know you were going to bring this up, but I got to ask this now. Is they're making Wolverine?
Yeah.
Are they going to be tied? Or are they just going to be separate entities? I know they're going to be separate games.
You mean in the same universe? That is a very good question. I would like it to be. I don't think though. I don't think so.
Well, now that Marvel pretty much owns almost everything again, you would think they're like, hey man, just let us make one more Spider-Man movie after No Way Home and we'll let you have Wolverine for a game.
Yeah. I am curious what they're going to do with Wolverine. Did any of you guys play the Wolverine tie-in game for the
Origins?
Yeah, Origins.
The best Wolverine game that I've played.
I mean, how many have there been, really? Like, there's been games with Wolverine in them, but I don't remember very many.
Are you talking about Wolverine, the Origins game they made for the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was weird because
it was better than the movie.
It was better than the movie, and then Spider-Man shows up.
Yeah.
He does.
So maybe they are tied together. Maybe we've pieced it together. We've cracked the code. Everything's connected. Everything's intertwined.
It's all canon.
They've had comic books together where Wolverine and Spider-Man were traveling through time, and like Doom Planet shows up, and like they have a gun created with the Phoenix Force that can destroy any planet.
Yeah.
and Wolverine uses it, and it's so the ricochet from it's so powerful that it obliterates and kills him. And he's like finally in the afterlife, and he's happy, and he's finally able to smile. And Peter brings him back to life. He's like, "What the fuck?
You goddamn motherfucker! I was happy."
He was like, "Why did you bring me back? Oh, man, I felt so bad that you died. I had to bring you back to life. You son of a bitch!"
That's always the fun part of the regenerators in the Marvel universe is like all of them just want to die. Like Deadpool, Wolverine, Sabretooth, fucking Omega Red. Although Omega Red does die, so
Logan died for a time.
He did die for a while. He's back now. He's back. He's back in a big way. I mean, Deadpool died for a little bit. Everybody died.
Everyone, and no one's ever dead in the comic universe.
I feel like comics get a lot of guff because nobody stays dead forever. But I think the thing, like, looking back in hindsight, and I think the thing that we need to remember when we're talking about comics is that, like, a lot of these characters stay dead for a long fucking time. Like, when Superman died, he was dead, what, 6 years before they brought him back? Something like that? Or it wasn't that long. You're saying?
No, it was like 6 months.
Was it 6 months?
It wasn't that long. It wasn't that long because he died.
He basically carried DC.
Yeah, but the problem is that when they kill off people are like, I'm tired of this, kill them off. And then when they finally kill off the individuals, like, why the fuck did you kill him?
Yeah. And like, I know Cap was dead for a while after Civil War.
Cap dies every other year.
Yeah.
He dies, he becomes a Hydra agent, gets old, Captain America, Captain America not. Yeah.
Which, off-topic question, but in Loki, did they ever, or any of the Marvel shows, have they ever addressed the fact that they fucked up an entire timeline by killing Thanos?
No, I don't think so. No, they don't, because they say in Loki that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, so the MCU.
Yeah, watch Loki all the way through, and Loki asks the question, why don't you bring the Avengers in if you guys are supposed to be the keepers of peace and time because they killed Thanos or something like that, because he figured that out. And they said, no, this is supposed to be part of the story. This is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
All right, because Doctor Strange saw it with the time stone. And
that and because the Kang, I'll just call him Kang. Kang, the guy who's keeping the multiverse in check, has the great timeline.
Yeah. The thing to remember with the MCU is that it is an entirely separate universe from the comics, in that, in the same way that the Marvel Ultimate Universe is a separate universe from Marvel 616. I think the MCU actually has a universe number. I just don't remember what it is. What is
it does. It's a longer one. I can't remember what it is either.
Earth 199999. So 5 nines. Is the
that sounds like somebody's zip code.
Yeah.
I mean, it is based. The MCU is based off the Ultimates in a way too.
Roughly, like
the
first batch of it was vaguely Ultimates-esque, but they've diverged pretty extremely.
I think they only went with Ultimates because that's all they could do at the time. Like, okay, we don't have the other properties, so we're gonna have to. Oh, in this comic, these characters did this, and that's kind of like what we're doing. Okay, hell yeah, let's. What was it? Ultimate? No, that's just whatever. No, nobody read the comics. Let's just go with it.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Battle World in the MCU.
God, I don't know if we're ever gonna get Battle World. I don't.
We'll be long. Yeah, you'll be. Grandpa.
You'll have been in the euthanasia chamber for like 6 years at that point.
Grandpappy, they finally did it. They're bringing in Battle World. Oh, finally! 50 years ago, it was a big thing. Now,
the euthanasia chamber is very slow.
I can die happy.
Now it'll all get reset.
I don't like that I brought this bit here. I just want that on the record, by the way.
We blame you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I usually take it to a dark place. But
I'm really looking forward to the Wolverine game.
Schnicked.
Yeah, just the fact that they call it Wolverine and not like Logan or anything else, it means it's got to be like bloody or something of the sort. Pretty interesting. And he's also wearing. Oh, I should probably bring this up. And he's also wearing his traditional like cowboy getup too.
Yeah, but he looks tall.
That would be
he's sitting down. How do we know if he's tall or not?
The stool's raised high. You know, it's
There
like
you go.
No, but like you've seen Wolverine in any comic or any cartoon, he looks like compressed. You know,
he's like
it's kind of hard to
right?
describe. He's like 5'4". He's like
he's a dwarf.
Yeah,
like an actual Lord of the Rings.
He is like 5. He's 5.
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
Not only that, he's like bent over, so he's even shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why like villains hate him. Like, he's so damn hard to hit.
Magneto over here.
Yeah, he's over here like shh, watch it, bub. Speak up, sir. I can't hear you from down there. What? Speak up. I can't hear you from down here.
I hope they let him smoke cigars in this.
I think they will, but I don't know, dude. The height thing is throwing me off.
Well, maybe he just looks tall because there's nothing around him. Like there's no people.
Could be.
Okay,
like,
okay.
You don't have Deadpool's 6'3" ass to fucking compare him to.
Well, like whatever. What is Ryan Reynolds 6'3"?
Deadpool. I know Deadpool specifically is 6'3" because I cosplayed him and I made a note because I'm 2 inches taller than him.
Deadpool is 6'2".
Oh my God, 2 whole inches! Like somebody's gonna take a ruler to you. Excuse me, you're not exactly.
It wasn't. I wasn't afraid of people. I wasn't afraid of people giving me shit. I was proud of the fact that I was taller than a superhero. That was my idea. Let's see, how tall is Ryan Reynolds? Ryan Reynolds is 6'2". Yeah.
Okay. I think that's damn, they really nailed it there.
Yeah.
Wow, they really did.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
but
born to be Deadpool.
Yeah, because people gave Hugh Jackman shit for being way too tall to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Which is dumb, but because he's a really good actor. But I mean, if you want comic book accuracy, he's not really short enough. Who cares? It's a movie.
Sir, the fedora wearing, suspender wearing mouth breathers care.
How dare you discount them?
Yes, sir. They're people-ish.
Their neck beards, mouth breathers. I mean, going off of
where's my hug?
Going off of just this still image, and we don't really get much more than these few shots. He looks like he's gonna look the part of a comic accurate Wolverine. He's got big burly arms. Nice.
You can get the stupid blue and yellow costume on him. That's all I want. I just want that stupid bright yellow costume just to fucking cut the tone of every cutscene in that game, and I'll be happy.
Or watch they go with like the slightly orange, yellow, brown costume from the 90s cartoons.
So give me all of them.
Or the actual orange. Or
they go with the X-Men movie and they go with just black leather.
Oh,
yeah, the gimp suit.
Black leather.
What do you want?
Assless chaps. Yeah, black leather and assless chaps.
Yeah.
So, you guys really go out in this?
So looking at this still, like I can see some blood on his hands, and it looks like there's some blood coming out when he does that.
He already had the blood on his hand.
Yeah, he was in a bar fight.
Yeah,
he was in a bar fight.
You could see the blood right there on the bar.
So maybe this will be an M-rated game. Like I think that's the only way to really do him justice. Like basically any of those Weapon X guys, like they.
I think you're giving him too much credit. I think watch rated T for T, bub.
Christ.
I just want another Deadpool game.
I want a Deadpool game that isn't bad.
Deadpool wasn't bad. The gameplay was bad.
Yes, like the writing was fine. It was a well written Deadpool story,
especially.
But holy shit, the gameplay was bad.
Yeah, it was too sloppy.
Yeah, they wanted to be Devil May Cry too bad, and they just couldn't do it.
It just felt like Deadpool wrote it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I think they rushed it because they wanted it to come out like, even though has nothing to do with the movie. I think they wanted it to like come out like either around the same time frame as the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense.
Makes sense. It's just a shame it was a bad game. So here's hoping.
I mean, it's like a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a fun guilty pleasure.
I mean, don't play it while drunk though. You'll just not win. You'll suck.
or you'll just end up hitting Logan for the
game. The game is already difficult to handle sober.
Yeah.
And then they give you a bouncy castle.
Yeah. It's like when you get pulled over and they ask you to recite the alphabet backwards. You're like, sir, I can't even do that sober.
Yeah.
Much less drunk. Shit.
Right. Oh god, yeah. Oh no, it's.
I am excited for it, but I'm like, I need to see a gameplay trailer, just like Spider-Man. Insomniac has made a good Spider-Man game, but they've also made games that aren't like what was that one they made for Xbox that was exclusive that came out to come out with the Xbox One X?
I know the game.
Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, I loved that game. Don't talk shit about it.
Well, the game was salty garbage.
Yeah, you're salty garbage.
Hey, I don't tell you how to live your life, sir.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I thought it was great. It was Tony.
No, I mean it's not
like,
bad, but it's not like like Gears of War or Batman Arkham Asylum or Arkham City.
I thought it was great. You're wrong.
I mean, it's not a bad game. I mean, people also like Minecraft. I mean, if they're into manual labor.
Yeah, I get it.
No, I mean, it's not a bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad game. I'm just saying, like, that's another example of like it's a good game, but it's not like the greatest game. And Spider-Man was a better game, but they've also had other games. I can't just think of any. I know they made a couple games that were bad.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'm trying to look up what games they made right now. I think it's okay. They made Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Oh, that one wasn't that bad. That one was actually pretty good.
I'm not saying whether it was bad or good.
Wait, isn't that the new one?
Yeah, that's the new one. They also made Ratchet and Clank for PS4. PS4 one.
Wait,
Edge of
Are
Nowhere,
they not the company
Song
that
of the Deep.
made Ratchet and Clank to begin with? Am I misremembering that? Who made Ratchet and Clank to begin with?
I thought it was Naughty Dog at first.
I thought it was. Yeah, I didn't think it was them. I mean,
Because I thought it was Naughty Dog because they have tie-ins between Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank.
Insomniac Games, Deck 9, High Impact. That's all I'm seeing. I'm not seeing Naughty Dog in this list.
Okay, I guess they just have references. That's all.
Yeah, I mean,
okay, yeah, developed by High Impact.
Well, who owns it? Okay, those are developers, but who owns it? Who owns the IP?
Sony.
Sony. That's probably why. That's probably why. Because isn't Naughty Dog owned by Sony?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, franchise. Pull it up on the wiki.
Good old Wikipedia.
good old Wikipedia. Damn it, wrong one. Franchise was
You can't read that, sir.
Shut the fuck up.
What is this? An article for ants?
Ants. There you go. Now can you read it? No. Franchise was created and developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony.
So they made all of them.
Yeah.
Man, I think what we can take it's well and good to look at a game company's like full history when we're talking about like, oh, I don't know their merits or whatever. But when they've already made really good superhero games, I think we can use that to kind of, I mean, personally, I'm going to be using that to like judge their pedigree as far as this goes.
Right.
You know,
At least like in this sense, you at least know that they're in good hands.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like these guys, at least there is someone in this building who knows how to make a good superhero game. So like, hopefully he's at the meetings.
Which brings up the bigger question: why didn't Insomniac Games just make the Avengers game instead of Square Enix?
Probably because of licensing. I'm not sure. That's my theory.
That's probably because if Insomniac had made it, it'd only be on PlayStation.
Yeah.
I remember the Square Avengers game when the trailer came out. Everybody was all weirded out by the not actors versions that were like so close to looking and sounding like the actors, but they were just like off. But I don't remember anybody actually saying anything about the actual game. Did anybody play it?
People were saying.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's pretty shit.
Yeah, okay. It wasn't very polished. There was some
very
issues with gameplay.
Like
it felt rushed.
Square lately.
Yeah.
The game, like the story, just kind of.
Like they're still releasing DLC for it too.
I think, they're still releasing, and they're still releasing updates and DLC, and there's still the Spider-Man DLC that's supposed to come out for it. That's exclusive to the PlayStation. But honestly, with Avengers, it's just that it didn't look very good. It didn't play as good as it should have. I think because the expectations were so high for it.
Yeah.
It's not a bad game. It's not a bad story, but people expect so much because it's an Avengers property.
Yeah.
They expect it to be like MCU level shit, and it's not going to be that because you got to understand these are like video game developers and video game writers can make a story just as good as the Avengers, but the Marvel Cinematic Universe has taken time to marinate to where this is just a single game entry in a brand new universe.
Yeah. And you also can't discount the actors themselves, what they brought to the characters.
Right.
I don't think Tony Stark would be as popular, successful as he was if Robert Downey Jr. had not played him. Like
vice versa, by the way. I don't think Robert Downey Jr. would be as successful without Tony Stark. But with that being said, it might have helped a little if Captain America didn't look like the U.S. agent dude from from the Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head with that one. That's right.
Also, this version of Tony is more in line with like the 80s and 90s version than the MCU version that we know. So yeah,
good old drunk Tony. That's my
and Thor's voice actor sounds like they just went to the Renaissance Festival. Like, hey, who wants to be in a video game?
Yeah. Basically, it had a lot of potential, but it
still does.
Really... Yeah, maybe it does with its Wakanda stuff and all that.
There is one villain in the game that might appear in the movies.
Who's that?
I've been watching a lot of Marvel theory. There's a guy that has a YouTube channel and he has all these Marvel theories, and half of them pan out and the other half don't. But remember in Avengers Endgame when Hulk did the snap?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Remember how whenever they do the snap, we always I don't know if we didn't see it with Tony, but we saw like they went into like the Soul Stone or the Mind Stone and they saw like something.
Uh-huh.
So what if Banner saw the Maestro when he did the snap?
That'd be interesting. I feel like Maestro kind of needs his own movie.
He also needs to be developed.
Yeah.
They're saying that that's one of the theories as to besides the budget and money, like the in-story reason as to why Banner is back is he saw the Maestro, and that's what he will eventually become if he stays the Hulk.
Interesting.
Could be. Although I think Maestro is more like a Futures Avenger type of villain.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
Well, they are going towards a Secret Wars.
They are.
Secret Invasion's coming. There's a lot of weirdness coming down the MCU pipeline, so it's hard to make predictions because effectively we're at where we were in 2008 when Iron Man came out at this point. Like
like what's going on, what's going to happen. We don't really know. They
There's
just
no-
have the titles, the names of things we recognize. It's not really going to be anything we might recognize.
Let's just put it out there. No one knew anything until the end credits when he says, "Oh, I want to talk to you about the Project Avengers initiative," and that's when everybody's like,
Yeah, and
Everyone was
even
like,
then,
"Oh,
like,
wait,
nobody
what?"
knew that this was going to happen. So, like, it is interesting to be back at this point, you know, where there's no telling what's going to happen. Like, if you had asked me before I watched Loki if they're going to pull Kang, I would say no, never. They're never going to pull Kang. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, time travel in the MCU? Jesus, God, this
Godzilla.
Is already...
Godzilla shows up. They shrink him, and he still beats the shit out of everybody.
I would have called Godzilla before I would have called Kang. You're like, I'll put that out there. Like, if you had said, "Oh, who do you think is going to be?" "Oh, Godzilla." Like, before I ever thought Kang.
5 years from now, Disney buys DC. Batman it shows up in Avengers.
Yeah, Batman becomes the ultimate villain.
I mean, Kevin Feige did say there's no real. They're not counting out the possibility of a crossover. We're never gonna get a Marvel DC live action crossover. No. He was just saying that for like the fans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, don't say that, because we thought we would never get something like the MCU ever.
Yeah.
Because even though we had all these superhero movies, they all took place in the same city. But like, hey, if they're all in New York, how come they don't just run into each other? How come whenever somebody's fucking New York, they don't all just show up like, hey man, you need some help? He's also fucking up my neighborhood too.
They haven't done a really good job of answering that question yet, I don't think, actually.
Yeah.
No, they have not. They never answer that. Like, how come? Like, where the fuck were you when Thanos was around, huh?
Yeah. But it's the comics don't do a good job of answering that question either. Like, because like at any point in New York, there's at minimum 20, 30 superheroes like active and like, you know, hanging out day to day, going to the bodega. Like, so it's weird that like Daredevil's just getting his ass beat all up and down Hell's Kitchen just by himself. Like, cool.
Like
I guess
like a blind guy.
Spidey.
they're beating him up like he's blind or something.
Yeah, right.
And you don't have Spider-Man coming in and help him. Like,
which
this is my neighborhood too.
Yeah, no, that's a good question, because another question is, why do so many of them live in the same fucking city?
Yeah.
It's because that's where Stanley was.
Yeah, it's basically just a hub is kind of the idea.
Even his wife asked us. That's his wife is what inspired Avengers. Like, how come they don't just run into each other? He's like, no, that's not how it works. And he literally said that in an interview. She was like, she was like looking over his shoulder, and she's like, how come if they're in the same city, they don't just run into each other?
Yeah.
He's like, huh. And then after a while, that's how he came up with Avengers.
Yeah. I think the implication a lot of times is that, in the boring answer to this question, is that a lot of the events that are happening in the movies are happening simultaneously. And so the heroes are otherwise occupied. So they're not really doing things. And there's also stuff that
they're off the clock.
Yeah. Or like, because I think the events of the first Iron Man movie and the first Hulk movie are supposed to be happening simultaneously, if I remember correctly. And there's a couple other movies that have done that.
I think no, they explained that the Hulk is because he appears. Tony Stark appears in the Hulk movie.
Or no, Fury does, right?
No, it
was Tony Stark.
Was it Tony?
And it was right before or after the second movie, the timeline wise.
Gotcha. And then, of course, there's also stuff that is just out of people's wheelhouse. Like Spidey is not going to be fighting Shuma Gorath, for instance. Like that's kind of.
But the Spider-Man one makes more sense though, because he's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man fighting friendly neighborhood small-time villains. Like, I'm sorry, but Michael Keaton's villain is not a world-ending villain.
No, absolutely.
He's just a bro. He's just a dude who wants to make his family. He wants to do good by his family.
Yeah, like at least Spider-Man and Iron Man's not Iron Man's. Yeah, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Captain America. They all seem like Captain America is more like government conspiracy, and and like underground bullshit where Iron Man and Spider-Man were kind of like more local shit to them, something that actually directly affects them. Where every other Marvel movie is like, oh, you got to go stop this world-ending entity. Like every other Marvel movie, there's a world-ending villain.
Yeah.
Like we're like, can I get some fucking backup?
Like, can I? Like Galactus is here. Come on, guys, let's go.
I swear, if they have Galactus show up on a Fantastic Four movie and no one else even makes a cameo, I'm gonna be pissed.
I just hope Galactus isn't a villain for a while. Like we need someone else besides Galactus and Doctor Doom.
I actually take back my statement. I will be happy if he's not a puff of smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if we got what was it, the villain, the Molinator or something like that, the mole guy,
Mole Man.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mole Man or Nihilus.
Ooh, the Puppet Master.
Puppet Master would be good. Nihilus would be a fun pull, I think, because he is one of those villains that is like insanely powerful, but also absolutely batshit insane.
I honestly do feel like Nihilus would be good for their first villain because it would explain how they got their powers from the negative zone, or Dimension X, whatever they call it, and he's a really powerful and intimidating villain.
Yeah. I mean, we know that Kang's basically going to be the Thanos of this phase. And I think that's what everything we're going to see is going to be kind of leaning towards that. We're going to get a lot of weird, fucky time travel things. I think it's going to be like, this is going to be a weird phase. And I think that the world at large is too deep into the Marvel Cinematic Universe to escape it. And it's just getting drugged down the whirlpool, and I'm for it.
I think eventually they're going to bring back Captain and the original Captain America, but they're going to recast Chris Evans and get somebody else. And they're going to recast Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, because if they bring them, they're going to bring them back eventually, but they're going to have to do it with new actors because the actresses and actors are all aging. It's not like the comics where Batman has had 4 kids and they're all adults now and he's still 30.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that, or they basically bring them back as like older versions of the characters or something like that, like as a cameo. Like I don't know that we're ever going to get Captain America and Iron Man proper back. I think we're going to see different iterations.
The only way I can see them bringing back Iron Man proper, as in like Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr., is having him be the AI in the suit with Riri.
Yeah.
Chris Evans did sign on for another Marvel movie, though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was announced earlier in the year, but they didn't say what.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
But we got Sam Wilson as like he is Captain America now. I think we can say that.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that's a great pull for the Marvel Universe. I think it's going to be really interesting because he is a very different character than Steve is. He is a very, very different person, and he's of course got his. I mean, we saw it in Falcon and Winter Soldier. He has very different struggles than Steve ever did. So it's going to be interesting to see his take. And I think that's what we're kind of gearing up towards is people taking the mantles that we are familiar with. We already know that Jane Foster is going to become some iteration of Thor.
Yeah.
We know that we've already seen the rescue suit in
Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah, in Endgame we saw rescue. There's any number of other people who have worn some sort of iron suit that can take up the mantle of Iron Man. There's also new characters that we could see, like the West Coast Avengers and things like that we haven't really touched on and dealt with. And we are kind of gearing up towards that. Vision, Scarlet Witch, Hawkeye. I think Spider-Man was a West Coast Avenger at one point. I forget. Like me, I like most people did not read West Coast Avengers.
Who did? I mean, they are gearing up for Dark Avengers as well.
Yep.
I'll be interested to see if they actually pull the trigger on Dark Avengers, and I don't like. Norman Osborn was such a critical piece of that puzzle that I don't know that it can be done with anybody else. And
I mean, they're pulling it off. That's why they have Madam Hydra as the Osborn.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Oh, you mean as the puppet master behind the?
Oh, hey, Pixelation showed up.
Yeah.
Sup, batches.
But yeah, so like it is going to be interesting to see where the MCU goes and what direction they go in, because at this point I couldn't tell you. Like we've gone through Civil War, we've gone through Infinity War, like
we've gone through the major events.
We've gone through a lot of them. There's still a couple that I would personally like to see. I would really like to see Siege happen. Which
I don't know that one.
So Siege happened after Dark Avengers. Basically, and I'll just kind of be quick about this because it's a lot and I could talk about it all day. Ragnarok happens, all the gods die. Thor reincarnates, and then he figures out that all of his god friends are stuck in people on Midgard. So he goes around, he's waking up all the gods and like getting them awake. And he decides that to kind of cut the middleman out and cut the bullshit, he's just going to put Asgard in a field in Wisconsin somewhere. He just plops it there, and he's like, the gods live here now, so we can protect you all the time. And everybody's cool with this, except for Norman Osborn, who's in charge of the Avengers at this time. And he's like, this seems like an insult to my power. And Loki's like, it's definitely an insult to your power. You should start a war about it. and that's kind of the general gist of it, is that the then Avengers go after the Asgardian gods and just kick the ever-loving shit out of each other, and it's great. And it would also bring my boy the Sentry into the MCU, but he is such a weird character that I don't know that I'm ever going to have that particular wish fulfilled. And I recognize that I'm the only one who gives a shit about the Sentry. but I
still want the Living Tribunal to show up.
The Living Tribunal would be cool. I mean, we're getting the Celestials in the Eternals, which the Eternals I don't think anybody's really talking about, because like it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie.
No, it doesn't.
It feels weird and almost biblical sometimes. Like just looking at the trailers, like it is bizarre, and like I'm really curious what they're gonna do with it.
I wasn't gonna I honestly didn't give a shit about it, because when they released that first poster. And it was all of them standing there. They had who was the one with the red hair, with the red wig? Was that Angelina Jolie?
No, she was blonde.
There was one with red hair, and the way she looked so like she looked fake as fuck. Looked like everything about her just looked fake. It's fake. It looked awkward and fake.
I don't see anybody with red hair on this poster.
Oh, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe.
Oh, you're thinking of Inhumans, my dude.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, because Medusa has red hair. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what you're thinking of. And Inhumans, I heard, was a garbage fire.
Oh, that came out? Oof, I didn't watch that.
Absolute terrible.
It was a series. It tied into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in it of itself isn't spectacular. It's not bad. It's watchable. But
it's not canon.
Is it not?
No.
To a point.
Kevin, what's his face? They're gonna reintroduce. Yeah, they're gonna reintroduce all the heroes that appeared in the show.
Interesting.
Yeah, even the lead actress during in a panel, she went on a rant about like, I'm part of this Marvel show and I'm the main character. Why doesn't anyone acknowledge us, or why don't they acknowledge the show in the movies? We acknowledge the movies, but they don't acknowledge us. Like, y'all need to bring it up with the higher ups of Marvel. Like, she was bitching about the show not being canon.
After I think it was it Thor Dark World, or it was either after Thor Dark World or Captain America Winter Soldier, where it diverged from MCU. It was
Winter
canon.
Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yeah. After Winter Soldier, it diverged from MCU canon.
Interesting.
Yeah. So everything after Winter Soldier is not canon.
So it sort of implies that Inhumans isn't canon either.
No,
No.
yeah. No. Kevin wasn't the one that fucked that one up. It was the Marvel television producer. I can't remember.
She blames Kevin though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
he
the
does.
boss man, right? So
Honestly, I can kind of see where he's coming from though, because not a lot of people really saw Agents of Shield. At least not the casual people. Yeah. See, you're not. I'm not saying you're casual, but there are a lot of casual fans that only watch the movies.
No.
And like Agent of Shield in particular is hard to get through because it's like 8 seasons long. Each season's about 24 episodes, and each episode's about 40 to 50 minutes. Like that's a lot of fucking content to get through. Like that is
a lot of it was. It wasn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry, but it really wasn't that good.
No.
I'm not arguing that at all. It was pretty weak.
Yeah,
I just wasn't interested.
Yeah, I watched it up until basically right after Robbie Reyes showed up, and they finished his arc, and I didn't even finish that season. I was like, cool, I got what I wanted.
Maybe that's why the Netflix shows were much better because they were shorter.
Well, that and they're written better, for being honest.
Yeah, like
for the most part, but yeah,
top to bottom, like
especially I think Daredevil.
I think Agents of Shield suffered because it wasn't a Marvel team. I think directing it and dealing with it, it was an ABC team or whatever.
Yeah, it was an ABC production.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it felt like those procedural crime drama shows that are really successful on those things, but unfortunately, it's not one of those shows. So the procedural people don't give a shit about it, and then it's not a very good superhero show. So the superhero people don't give a shit about it. So it's a bad combination of trying to appeal to everybody and failing all of it, I would say. And then again, like you really can't discount just the stupid amount of content that it is. Like it is insane how much it's just rough. It's just rough top to bottom. I would have liked it to be better, but
Ike Perlmutter is the dude who is behind Marvel Televisions. The thing with Ike is that he was the CEO of Marvel Studios, Marvel, at one time. Him and Kevin had a huge falling out. That is the reason why the Marvel TV shows aren't canon to the movies, because Ike had a totally different vision for the TV shows. That's why he was in charge of the Netflix TV shows and Agents of Shield. That's why the MCU is barely mentioned in the Netflix TV shows. Like you only get those couple of references in the first few episodes of Daredevil and all that. So
but that works. That could work with the Netflix shows, because if you really look at you go by the villain scale of each, like the Netflix shows, that's more of a street level villain. That's more of and then Spider-Man's more of a citywide villain, and then the Avengers, their universe, fucking fighting earth-ending fucking villains. So their villains are so insignificant that it would make sense that the other bigger superheroes would overlook them.
No, yeah, it does make sense. I'm talking about like in the overall canonical.
No, but I'm just saying that if they decide to change their minds, they could fit the Netflix shows in with.
No, I think they are trying to get the Daredevil, at least the Daredevil series, into the MCU.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that
I mean,
the rift between Kevin and Ike is what caused the divergence, and the fact that anything that happened in the MCU didn't really affect anything in the Netflix shows. Like it probably should have.
Well, in Luke Cage, they had one of the Chitauri weapons, I think, to kill him. Didn't they?
No.
Oh, maybe that was something else. Maybe I was watching.
No,
something.
yeah, I don't think it was that. No, because besides the few references at the beginning of Daredevil, they don't mention anything else that really happens in New York, because there are a bunch of different occurrences that happen in the movies in New York that should make some semblance of appearance or mention in the Netflix shows if they're supposed to be in New York, like Spider-Man fighting with Falcon or Vulture.
Yeah,
like
something that should show up.
Yeah, that should have some semblance of mention, since I think they fought at the end near Staten Island or Coney Island.
Something like that.
Something like that.
I'd be curious. I'd have to look at when everything was released again, because I felt like Punisher and stuff was wrapped up before we got Spider-Man, like his movie. I could be wrong though, but I think looking at the Netflix show as Marvel Knights, which was another universe where they are able to tell darker stories, is not a bad idea.
Wait. They did. They had a Justin. It was the latest Hammer Tech, includes the Chitauri metal infused dum rounds referred to as Judas bullets.
That's cruel.
They had Justin Hammer Chitauri infused weapons and Iron with what's his face? Not Luke Cage.
Iron Fist.
All right. I might have. Okay, yeah. I might have missed that, but all right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, nothing but vague mentions and passes. I'm just saying Spider-Man should be included in future Daredevil TV shows, since they're in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, and also that team up's just a match made in heaven always.
Oh, definitely. Also, I just want to see Daredevil and Deadpool fight, because Deadpool would just shoot Daredevil in the knee like he did in the comics.
It's very funny. There's a lot of honestly, a lot of the weirdness that we're experiencing right now is because of what Marvel had to do in the 90s to survive. And so it's nice to see things finally coming home. And so we can kind of get into those like bigger stories that we couldn't really do before. So I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do they're gonna have like a Secret Wars, or with Kang, like a, you know how in the DC shows they had the really, I thought it was really shitty, but they had the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of it, like, some of the DC shows and Flash and Arrow were finally connected.
Yeah.
Like,
so
they found
something like that might happen.
Yeah, they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
They're gonna pull a DC and they're gonna have like some universe altering event, and then next thing you know, oh, what are you doing here? I guess we're in the same universe now.
Yeah.
I mean, they could. I mean, we are getting Secret Wars.
Yeah, Secret Wars seems like a really obvious pick for like bringing the worlds together, especially if we're looking at like the newer Secret Wars, where like there was the battle world that existed. I could see that being how we bring everything together. It also, like, the stuff we're seeing with No Way Home and Strange opening up the multiverse and then bringing in Alfred Molina and then Green Goblin and things like that. Which, by the way, if Dafoe is not Goblin, I'm gonna fucking riot. Like,
oh no, he's totally Goblin.
Yeah, he no other man can play that role for me. In the same way that nobody else can be Tony besides Robert Downey Jr., like, Dafoe has to be Osborn. Like
I just hope they update his suit a bit.
Yeah, it doesn't like. I don't know if you've seen it.
It doesn't age well.
Like that. No, it does. It looks like a Power Ranger suit from back in the day, like or something you would see like at a metal show almost.
Yeah,
I'm the Green Goblin. Yeah, just fucking coming out on stage shooting fire out of his dick.
One thing I would love to see since No Way Home is about to be around, and also I just I watched a motion comic of, I believe it was the Spider-Geddon or Spider-Verse War or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, whenever I found out who the Inheritors were, like they were some kind of like vampires, I was like, that'd be actually a neat way to kind of bring Blade into the picture.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. What was that spider? The spider eater's name? Mobile.
Yeah.
Mobius? No, not Mobius.
No.
Whatever happened to the Mobius show? Like
the Mobius. The movie?
Oh, was it a movie? I thought it was a show.
It's
it's a movie.
Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when Marvel,
I think it's going to be released next year, right?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so. They were pushing it back because the
COVID.
pandemic and final shots and reshoots and like they were adding Easter eggs from the Spider-Man movie Far From Home.
Yep.
Like they have Spider-Man's poster in the background and they had somebody spray painted murderer.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Morbius is kind of loosely tied to Spidey too, so like it makes sense that they have kind of their own ties.
Well, it's tied to the Venomverse.
Is it? That's interesting.
Yeah, it's Morbius is. This is the gray area of Spider-Man and the MCU and Sony.
Yeah,
because it's connected to the MCU and it's not, seeing as Vulture is in it. I don't know. We just need them to sit down, have a talk. And
how much you want to bet Venom's universe makes a cameo in Spider-Man No Way Home?
None at all. None at all.
I don't think so.
Not yet.
Maybe.
Not yet. Right now, none.
No. Not like, I'm not saying a major part, but they like reference it, or it's just like a glimpse of it.
Oh, reference maybe, but crossover not.
No. Just like a cameo, like he kind of sees it like as a glimpse or something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. Maybe. Yeah, that'd be. It could also introduce their version of the symbiote Spider-Man suit. Could be another universe's Venom.
Okay, I have a question. Is it symbiote or symbiote?
Symbiote.
I've heard it both ways. It depends on the iteration.
Okay, because I'm used to the cartoon, and they would say symbiote, and then in the movie they're like symbiote. It's kind of like you can't do this to people that English is a second language, fuckers.
English is a second language.
If you say symbiote, I don't think anybody's going to make fun of you.
You see here, it's Symbi nuts.
Symbi D's nuts.
Symbi D's nuts. So I was watching the thing. I watched this guy a lot. He was saying that what if Doc Ock, when he says hello, Peter, he was actually referring to his Peter Parker.
No, yeah, that's what a lot of people are thinking as well. Or it could be a was that the quantum edge? It could be a thing where Tom Holland Peter is transplanted into the Tobey Maguire Peter, and that's what.
Oh, I hope that's not the case.
I don't think that's it either.
Because I want that. I want them to have the scene where they're pointing at each other like
everybody.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
I think most likely what we're going to see happen there is it's going to pan over to Peter, and he's going to be in the suit. So like he's talking to Spider-Man, but he doesn't realize it's not his Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Damn it!
Maybe,
I had something to say.
or maybe he's got like some sort of animal instinct connection, like multiversal connection, where he's like, "You are not my Peter, but I recognize you as Peter." Like,
by the way, I'm sorry, but everyone needs to stop harassing Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, I mean, in general.
Because
in general, yeah, he was a great Spider-Man.
Well, no, because in an interview he literally says, "Fuck it, no matter what I say, I'm in trouble."
Oh, okay, yeah. About his being in the movie or not, yeah. We just need to stop asking questions. Just enjoy the movie and be surprised.
Because they're gonna say, they have to say no. They sign NDAs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they're not in the movie, people are gonna be pissed. Yeah. Like, don't expect them to be in the movie. If they are, cool. We'll all be surprised.
I think we're gonna riot if they're not in the fucking movie.
It would be a wasted opportunity. I will say that. I will,
dude. He better be in the movie.
The best reason why to riot about it.
Mm-hmm. We will riot
for less.
Spider-Man movie. I can already see myself. Spider-Man movie did not live up to expectations. Already started looting Target.
Get all the Legos.
Oh, God.
Like that one dude that he walks in and walks out with a bunch of Lego sets, and like, this man knew exactly what he was doing.
Dude, Legos are expensive, man.
They are.
If you ever bought, like, I don't know how my family ever financially recovered from that. Like, my folks used to buy me Legos all the time.
Now,
like, how the
they were cheap.
Doing this?
They were cheap back in the day.
No,
I saw an R2D2 set. Like a full-on R2D2 set, it costs almost as much as a Nintendo Switch.
Damn,
Jesus!
I know.
Well, then again, they might have been cheaper back then, but remember the inflation; like, it was much lower.
Yeah.
So
also,
like,
quality.
You
could get a Nintendo 64 for like $200, maybe less than $200. I think up to like, you can get a Super Nintendo for $100 back in the day.
Is that right?
Probably.
Check you live.
No, because that's how much we paid for mine, but we got mine pretty late in the cycle.
Release.
Right.
Scalpers.
Well, no, I just grew up poor.
$199 when it released initially.
What'd I tell you?
You said $100. It was $200.
No, I said Super Nintendo by that.
Yeah, this is a Super Nintendo. This is two.
Oh no, N64 was $200.
Oh, N64.
We got ours for free.
5-finger discount, baby. $200. Yeah.
Hey. Nintendo. Yeah. They've always been pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Because PlayStation was $299. Yeah, it was $299. The infamous speech. That what's his face gave, because Sega Saturn had gave this long ass 30-minute speech, but the vice president or whatever president of Sony's like goes up to the stage. He has this entire fucking speech, but he goes up there and he's like, $299, and then walks off. Mic drop.
Really? Wow. That's a how you end a show.
Yeah, that's a power move right there. I wish I had the gravitas to do that basically anytime. It's like, I said no pickles.
I said no pickles.
Give me some fanfare.
And that's where being bilingual comes into. Whenever a customer gets angry, I said no pickles. Okay.
Okay.
Más pickles? ¿Qué? ¿Quieren más pickles? Oh, más? More? You want more? You want el amor?
Perdón, senor.
I'll just
open the burger and you're just dumping pickles. Just like, say when.
No.
Yes?
See?
See
pickles? See? You get it? You get it? No.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand you when you're saying no. I thought you said no in English. I didn't understand you're saying no in Spanish.
Let me say no in English. No. Let me say it in Spanish. No.
No, let me say it while bitch slapping you. No. Nice. All right, yeah. I think we can end the show there for the night. Real good conversations, guys.
just real quick question before you end the show.
Was it?
Is the Matrix theater exclusive?
I
Ooh.
believe so.
Good question.
I thought so. Could have sworn.
Is Matrix?
We will see.
Is it a reboot? It's the first thing Google says. Theater exclusive. Here we go.
Good thought.
Both in theaters and available to stream on HBO Max.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's both.
All right.
I might watch it in theaters, but if I want to watch it, because I'm definitely gonna watch it like 3 or 4 times, so I'm gonna watch it once in theaters and then a shit ton on HBO Max.
That's what I did with Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Once in theaters and shit done on HBO Max.
Me and you will go because we're both in H-Town, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll dress up and we'll dodge gunfire for fun.
Oh, it'll be great. Yeah. I mean, the gunfire has nothing to do with the movie.
We'll go through, just to make it more authentic, we'll go through Greens Point, which is also called Guns Point.
Yeah, hell yeah! I've lived a good 31 years. I could fucking die. Why not?
Oh my god! And with that, we'll end the show with. So, yeah, wow. We're all going to hell
somewhere.
All right,
Not somewhere good.
No. Guys, thanks for coming on, guys. It's been fun. Hopefully we'll get you guys next week as well. So yeah, thank you to everyone watching the stream right now. Hope you guys had a good time. Everyone watching VOD, cool. See you guys next week. And yeah, don't forget to share, hit the like button, all that jazz. And we'll see you guys next Sunday for more Absolute Zeros podcast.
Watch our shows too.
Yeah, watch our shows. Shit, I gotta plug my show.
all that'll be in the description. Cool. Peace out.
That's for done, yeah.